My name is Shashank S. Banerjee. For me, it turned out to be the most important political mission in my life, in my diplomatic service. I worked for 30 years in the diplomatic service, and this was the high point. I was given a brief that I must, from the Prime Minister herself, that I should brief Sheikh Mujib. And Bangabandhu, Indira Gandhi would always mention him as by the name Bangabandhu, not as Sheikh Sahib or Mujib or nothing of that, Bangabandhu. So I sat down, and Ian Sutherland, he was the head of the India desk, Sir Ian Sutherland, he came to the aircraft, and it was the VIP flight, the personal plane of the British Prime Minister, Edward Heath. And Ian Sutherland, he asked both of us to sit down there side by side, and he asked the pilot to come, Royal Air Force. He took 2 pictures, gave those pictures to me. He didn't give to Sheikh Mujib, so he gave it to me, and I've got one, autographed and all that. So that was the initial part of it. Then he started telling me, hey, Banerjee, you have to do me a favor, as a key, and it will be, you have to do some spade work. And he caught on to that word, to expression spade work. I said, what's it? তোমাদের সোলজারটা 6 মাসের জন্য থাকবে, ইন্দিরা গান্ধী বলেছে। আমি আপনাকে কে বলল? আপনি তো জেলে বসেছিলেন। এই এডওয়ার্ড হিথ বলেছে। So Edward Heath told him, Mujib, you are asking for recognition by Britain of Bangladesh, but I can do it only on one condition. I will do it instantly. I will keep my word. Ask Mrs. Gandhi to withdraw Indian forces, not at the end of 6 months, but advance the date at the end of to 30th of March, that is 3 months after after Indian Army had gone. Not 6 months, but within 3 months Indian Army should come back. আমি আমাদের প্রধানমন্ত্রীকে মানে প্লেন থেকে নেবেই আমি ছুটে গিয়ে ওকে বলবো যে এই হয়েছে, কিন্তু আপনাকে গিয়ে বলতে হবে, আপনার মুখ থেকে বেরোতে হবে ওর কাছে, and then you will see it will work wonders. I will prepare the ground and you do this one. I said okay. And then he wanted to create some inducements for me. এরকম নয় যে রসগোল্লা খাওয়া, তা নয়। I said, Banerjee, আমি আজকে আমাদের জাতীয় সঙ্গীত গাইব। গান গাইতে জানো? আমি জানি। I lied to him, I am tone deaf. আপনি জানেন বঙ্গবন্ধু? ভালো জানি না, কিন্তু গান গাইব, চলো উঠে দাঁড়াও। And both of us, he started আমার সোনার বাংলা, and I didn't join him at the time, but at the end of it, I found his eyes moistening with tears, and I found that he's a genuine patriot, a kind of which you will not see anywhere in this world, Western world, Eastern world, anywhere, and this man, tears trickled down when he sang that, and then I thought that I must join in. Mrs. Gandhi had wanted me to make a suggestion to Bangabandhu that the presidential system of government in Pakistan has some kind of a link up with a military dictatorship, and India thought, Mrs. Gandhi's thinking, not India's thought, that if there's a parliamentary system of government, democracy, as it is in India, it is a chaotic system of governance, and if there is a chaotic system of governance in Bangladesh with parliamentary system, then the chances of military dictatorship will be much less, and that was her way of saying parliamentary system. And then I asked whether I should mention Indian parliament. Oh, no, not at all, it will be very sensitive. Westminster style of government, Edward Heath's government. And then he agreed, to that. And then when I was briefing Mrs. Gandhi that he has agreed to parliamentary system of government, he went in to the hall. It's known as Ashoka Hall, where in Rashtrapati Bhavan is a huge 340 room presidential palace built by the British, fantastic building. So I was there when so many things were happening. I was in the foreign service, and therefore I used to visit Rashtrapati Bhavan quite grand. It was absolutely so. And she went in, had the discussions, and then they sent the joint communique was being drafted by the secretaries and all that. And then he came out, and then he said, "Banerjee, সত্যি কথা কইছো?" কারণ যে কী হলো, ইন্দিরা গান্ধী রাজি হয়েছে 3 মাস আগে ইন্ডিয়ান আর্মি ফেরত নিয়ে যাবে 30 মার্চ। ইউ মাস্ট বি রিওয়ার্ডেড ফর দিস। আপনি খুশি হয়েছেন তাতেই আমি খুশি, আমার কোনো রিওয়ার্ডের আমি আমি কি বাংলাদেশের সঙ্গে কাজ করছি কোনো রিওয়ার্ডের জন্য? নট এট অল। তো এতদিন পর শেখ হাসিনা থট এই লোকটাকে একটা রিওয়ার্ড দিতে হবে, সো দ্যাটস ওয়াই হ্যাভ কাম হিয়ার, অ্যান্ড আই এম ভেরি গ্রেটফুল টু হ্যাভ